In this video, we will explore the process of planning and creating an instructional video. Our focus here is on instructional videos that require planning, recording, editing, and producing, so we will be looking at considerations and principles for making those videos effective. Although they won't require as much planning and preparation, this process will also be effective for smaller projects involving simple screencasting or recording a presentation directly without much planning or editing. There are 3 phases involved in creating an instructional video. Each is important and has its own set of core practices and considerations. The 3 phases are planning, where all of the scripting and storyboarding happens; production, where we actually shoot the video, capture the shot list, and record the audio; and post-production, where we will put it all together and edit it into a final media file. Planning instructional videos requires a few basic steps. Because instructional videos exist to teach a skill or inform on a topic, the first step is deciding what the objectives of the video are going to be. What will the viewers know, or what will they be able to do after the video? After we know the objective, it is time to think about the content. This means building a storyboard and a script for the video. There are different ways to approach this, and how involved it needs to be depends a lot on the nature of the video and how many people are working on it. For simple videos with one person, typing up a script and a text-based shot list may be enough. For more involved videos, it may be necessary to rough out a visual storyboard for every shot and associate the specific script elements with each screen. No matter which way you approach it, the end result of planning is that you have a script so you know exactly what will be said in the video, and have a shot list so you know roughly what will be on the screen when each piece of the script is being said. For more formal videos, or if you are very new to the process, it may help to go ahead and plan out each screen by making a 2-column document and drawing stick figures or rough sketching the scene in the left side column and placing the script text for that scene in the right side column. Cover what is needed, but not more. You want to walk the learner from where they are to where you want them to be without extraneous information. After creating a script and storyboard, it is important to spend some time planning the shots. Think about capturing scenes from different angles, different ranges, and different heights. Also think about cutscene ideas for what you can show when not showing the speaker or object of the video. For example, you may be filming an interview where you are mostly focused on the person speaking. Common shots may be medium-range shots of them in a chair, or a shot of them walking around, or an over-the-shoulder shot from behind the interviewer, and so on. It is also important to get film of cutscene footage, such as their hands typing on a keyboard, them looking through a microscope, or some footage of a lab or classroom, and so on. Cutscenes provide additional information for the viewer and can change up the focus of the video to increase engagement. This list of all the shot types you need is called the shot list, and it should contain all the shots you know you need and some that you think you may need. It is a good idea to plan on filming a variety of cutscene and other footage of things around the set that aren't on your shot list as well. Things such as a workstation, a hallway, an empty office, equipment, scenery, or landscapes also work well. This is called B-roll, and it provides filler and cutscene footage. Remember, it is always easier to grab extra footage when filming than to go back and get it later. Once everything is planned out, it's time to start recording. This phase is called production, because it is the stage where the actual footage and audio is produced. The main goals in the production stage are to capture great video, capture great audio, capture all the needed shots and some B-roll, Capturing great video requires thinking through the lighting and environment for each shot on the shot list. There are 3 types of lighting: key lighting, which shines on the speaker or object of focus; fill lighting, which fills the shot and helps with the context of the shot; and backlighting, which shines behind the speaker or the subject outside of the view of the camera and helps provide contrast. Each of these is important for capturing great video. How much of each is really a matter of experimentation for each shot. So it is important to play around with the lighting and shoot some test footage wherever possible to make sure you have the right setup. Lighting is important, and just a little can make a big difference in the quality of footage. The environment is another area that must be accounted for. The ideal environment is relevant to the topic and invokes the right feel while also avoiding distracting elements such as foot traffic or movement. In addition to activity, it is also important to think about possible changes in the environment, such as the sun setting, things being moved around the desk, and so on. These can create challenges in the continuity of the instructional video. With the right lighting and the right environment, you are ready to start working through your shot list. Capturing great audio is another essential goal in production. It is important to capture clean, clear audio for the best instructional videos possible. It is best to use an external microphone that is close to the speaker and away from other possible noises. This will help ensure the best possible audio is being captured. It is also a good idea to capture 30 seconds to 1 minute of the ambient noise in the room you are recording in. There are all kinds of noises that we tune out which can have a big impact on audio quality. Examples include air conditioning, birds, or the hum of a computer. Capturing ambient noise will be important for filling empty space in post-production editing. Anytime you take video or audio, be sure to record a brief test to make sure everything is working as intended. Remember also that there really isn't a good way to fix poor audio, and poor audio will wreck an otherwise stellar instructional video. One more important trick for recording effective audio and video is to pause for a moment before beginning and ending. It often feels like we need to start talking as soon as we press record, or to shut the video off the instant we finish speaking. But a great habit to get into is counting to 5 in our heads before we start and after we finish speaking. This can always be edited out if it seems awkward, but surprisingly, it almost never needs to be edited out. Another important habit is giving a clean break between words and sentences. Sometimes we travel from one word to the next with no discernible break in between, and this can create challenges when editing. Being careful about how we pronounce words and making sure to give a clean break between them will help a lot in post-production. The final phase in the process for creating effective instructional videos is post-production. The post-production phase is when all of the raw audio, video, and stills are edited together into a final cohesive instructional video. Whether editing audio or video, the concepts and processes are very similar. There are different approaches, but it is a good idea to start at the beginning of the video and work through a logical progression toward the end. This allows the editor to think about the progression of the video and how it comes together. As with any digital project, it is important to save often. It's also a great idea to save all of the project files in one main folder so everything related to the project is easy to find. Learning to use editing software effectively takes some time, but there are many tutorials out there. The big idea is to work through the video one piece at a time and stitch together a clean final project with a logical flow. One of the more challenging aspects of editing video is learning to make clean cuts. One good way to do this is to use simple transitions such as a cross dissolve or dip to black, and to be consistent throughout the video. Giving plenty of space between cuts for action to start and stop is also important. Another major consideration is what type of output file you need. The size and type of file you need generally depends on where it will be housed. On a service like YouTube or Vimeo, higher resolution videos are easy to access because these services provide options to reduce the video size and are geared towards streaming video. Other sites, such as standard websites or learning management systems, may work best with smaller file resolutions, as these will load faster and take up less space. 1080p is currently the best balance between reasonable file size and speed to stream, so aim for that in most cases. 1440p and higher are good for projects you still want to look as good as possible 5 years from now. Most video files will be output in an MP4 file type because it is compatible across platforms and players. If you are dealing with audio only, then MP3 file formats are the most common. Learning to edit instructional audio and video projects well takes time and practice. While you shouldn't expect to become an expert in a weekend, you can get the basics down in an hour or two and be able to do just about any edit you will need on standard projects. In this video, we covered the general process for creating effective instructional videos, including the planning, production, and post-production phases. Thinking through each project as a process with phases will help you make the best instructional video possible.